I'm Jill Stein. I'm a candidate for president with the Green Party. I used to practice clinical medicine. I now practice political medicine because it's the mother of all illnesses. We got to fix that one in order to fix what's literally killing us. Bottom line is we are facing a crisis of historic proportions of our economy, our ecology, peace, and democracy. And we need a transformative solution. And that's not going to come from political parties that are basically funded by predatory banks, by fossil fuel giants and war profiteers. We need a social movement that has a political voice which is defiant and that stands up for we the people and that builds the solution for the long haul. In a nutshell, there are 43 million young people who are locked into debt with no way out. I'm the only candidate who will be on the ballot that will cancel that debt like we did for the bankers. They have the power to actually seize control of this election and abolish debt. So after abolishing student debt, our next key issues are making public higher education free, and we call for a Green New Deal, an emergency program to address the crisis of our economy and the crisis of our climate, which we can take on in one fell swoop, create 20 million jobs, greening our energy, food, and transportation system. Together, this will revive the economy, turn the tide on climate change, and make wars for oil obsolete.
We very easily define war in our society. How would you define peace?
Peace is, I think, about relationships, about community. Peace is an affirmative engagement with the world, as opposed to a domination of the world, of the economy, and of the relations among nations. So peace is active, it's not passive. Peace is something we create by affirming the human community that we live in and the priority of human rights, international law, social and racial justice, and sustainability. That's how we get to peace. I would encourage people, to not take this election sitting down. Don't allow your future to be sidelined again. In the words of Alice Walker, the biggest way people give up power is by not knowing we have it to start with. It's very important for us to not be intimidated into feeling powerless, into silence. We're told you have to vote for the lesser evil because you don't want expanding wars, because you don't want the attack on immigrants, because you don't want the big Wall Street bailouts, because you don't want the offshoring of our jobs. And that was brought to us by Democrats, more by Barack Obama than by George Bush. So reject that propaganda that tells you are powerless. Admit your power. We have that power together. We've won in the court of public opinion that's looking for this rightful agenda, not just inside the United States, but really as a new world order. We are not the only ones who recognize that we need a society and a world founded on justice and law and peace. We need that here within our own shores, and we need that overseas. We cannot create an America that works for us unless we also have a world that works for all of us. This is within our reach on peace, on jobs, on the climate, and on democracy. The minute we flick that switch in our own brains from powerless to powerful, together we are unstoppable. We can create the future that we deserve.
One last thing, I have a gift for you. I have given a flower for peace to all of the candidates as a symbolic gesture that if you become president, there'd be peace over your term.
Thank you. I think this is very important.
Thank you.
This is not a footnote, I think, in the agenda for 2016.
He's a big man with a big plan, bound Pakistan, but it's just a big